literally just fucking sandbag mentally at the moment. Well, I try to just draw a little bit too, so I don't know what is wrong with the live sometimes, because sometimes if I start a live, they work really well, and then sometimes I'm sat there for like 20 minutes and nobody's coming on, and then let's see how what this morning does. Because if like people come on within a matter of minutes, and I know sometimes that preset live doesn't seem to do anything different. Sometimes it can be worse, arguably. Hey, mentally sleepy. It's probably a good thing I got skate as well on my walks. If I could go and skate, then I'd probably get heat strokes big as that hot. So for any Americans, it is the equivalent of 98 degrees. We're about to hit like 100 degrees Fahrenheit. People telling me England doesn't get hot. I'm like, shut up. People know nothing. England gets fucking scorching, right? And to prove this fact that people can actually look this up, there was a day last year that was hotter than the Sahara Desert, right? In the UK. It's 37 degrees, 36 degrees today Celsius, which is about 98 degrees Fahrenheit. Plus. So people say, oh, Brits don't get the heat. I'm like, you know nothing. We know nothing. Crazy heat everywhere. I've travelled, and obviously it's hotter in other places, don't get me wrong. I've been places that are hotter than the UK, of course. But what it is the humidity here. Like, it was ridiculously humid. Yeah, it's like 97 degrees, like 97% humidity, like 2 days ago. So 3 off of 100%. How do you even have 100% humidity? I don't understand that shit. Like, you walked outside and it just felt like the air was wet as fuck. Like, it literally was just dripping. It's a theory just to test how well the live does compared to the preset lives, because I've started to realise the lives that I set in the night, well, the night before, don't typically do as well some mornings. Then I'll end a live, and then I'll start another live, and then that live typically gets loads of people coming. So it's just quite confusing on how these numbers work. Squirrel guy. Yeah, I'm good, you. So I just I'm tired of shit. Like, for the last month now, it's been gradually getting more and more tired every day. Like, So you hop out of bed like a spring chicken, and like, yeah, like, takes me ages to get out of bed. Right. Let's finish this. Sorry, it's what's distracting me. I think so. I just actually did toothache. Toothache I've got. It's causing me. It's excruciating pain. It's like an 8. This pain is. main wheels, I mean, right? So these main Formula wheels for the trucks. And they don't bend that way, but they're pretty much like, okay, wheel by this way. It's just so, they're not too loose, they're not too tight. They just keep blowing out like that. And like, yesterday was go skateboarding, I missed it. Fucking wonderful mood it put me in, I tell you now. So I like fucking out fingerboard. Thank you. I hope so too. As I said, still, I'm gonna look for a job regardless. Exciting times. It means I can just buy more equipment than I need. I mean, for my coding, ridiculously heavy. I've been wanting to come stay for a while, but desperate to escape. Would it just like itches that spot right? And just like kind of tease it. The curb's pain now before it's too bad. It has been hitting like a playground run every day. It's disgusting. Mr. Squirrel. Plants that look like a dolly thing that just head popped off. All those white flowers that look like a bell. It's got like a dolly saying, oh, I don't know, but I'm drawing it, so that's the head of a dolly. It's like a two-part weird note. It's so funny because I think people thought that I do art in a matter of minutes or hours, which I finish in hours. Most pieces I start like a good few days beforehand, just don't show me because people look at it and they give you that false sense of what the fuck is that? Art's so shit right at the beginning. For me, it is anyway. I hope so. Yeah, that'd be fucking wonderful. Fucking failure, an actual failure over there. And let the country down so bad, let down the people so bad. And not even just that. Apparently, allegedly, right? Because I'm not sure if this is 100% true, but he was in charge of. Right, people know about the sort of scandal that's coming out, right? It's the worst scandal in British history. If you've not heard about it, you just Google. They've released papers talking about, right, there's a G word. People know what G word, like you do with the dog? You get it groomed, right? One of those. There was a scandal, a cover up, allegedly. I have to do that to say, yeah, I'm living in the UK, you understand that, right? The worst thing in British history. Probably in modern history, I'll be honest with you, potentially. Like, it's honestly, is heinous. It has made me so mad to the point where I think, did you hear about what that Scottish man done in retaliation? Watch him get 20 years, even though I'm not saying it's the right thing, it's not condoning any wrongdoing here, but everyone survived. I will just add that. Watch him get 20 years, because he's white. 100%. And then someone tried to take someone's head off the other day in, I didn't believe it was in Ireland. Unbelievable, man. Unreal. But he needs to quit because apparently he is behind cover. Can we sit down and point fingers at Trump Academy? Absolutely. Dystopian nightmare, even. I think the reason people have heard about fucking those cover-ups is because that's one thing they were really, really arresting people for talking about severely. But I'm at that point where I'm like, I don't really give a shit anymore. I don't care anyway, but I'm so mad. Well done. You know how to divide and bring together a country of people over a common cause. Well done, Keir. 100%. I see it happening. I see it happening. Get done for. I promise you, I'm a little bit more worried for you guys in America because you have a bit more like domination to a degree. But I'll be honest with you, even our own army have said that our leaders have said they'd turn against our government. They would do that in the coup, so to speak, which is just come on, lads. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Brave, brave men. And because at the end of the day, the police as well, like they are doing their job. That sounds bad, but if you are threatened, in any way, we don't know to what means people being threatened as well, right? So, when a whole nation, the police, and the army can stand back and it'd be amazing. Fucking brilliant. I'm loving. What a time to be alive. One thing I would never let anybody forget is how the Brits helped abolish slavery. We not even helped, we did abolish slavery. We made sure it was abolished in most countries. And the only countries it's not abolished in is still in some countries in the Middle East. I do think, I think you are going to get about it out of control. I just think it's so entangled that you have a lot more civilians in the States, but I mean also in the UK. I think where it's all come together in one spot, like you've got in London, where it was the United Kingdom, there must have easily been 4 million people, 3 million. There must have been. I'm surprised London Bridge didn't fall down. There are so many people there, and they're literally shouting kids outside Parliament. So as loud as they could hear, everyone was chanting it. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Things are changing. As I said, what a time to be alive. Really, it's so done. You know what's funny though? I will say, do you know what our taxpayers' brain's going on? not us, not the Brits at all. I mean, we barely of us have dentists. It's a known fact that British people have bad teeth typically, and it's not even our fault. It's because there is they sell out. They're all private. But the thing is, people go, oh, but you get all your healthcare for free. We don't because we pay for it through taxes. That's like the whole point. So we get less of our money because we pay into it through taxes. Where you guys in America actually get more money. Your average salary, like, it's like what 50K, but maybe more. I don't even know. Over here, average is like someone on a working like 40, 50 hour week plus can get. I mean, what's the hourly wage? £10. That's more in some places and that's less in some places, but like it's crazy because we get less in total because we pay healthcare, and healthcare is a lot. It's about half your money in tax. Like you literally lose half your money to taxes. So that's like somebody just. I'm not saying healthcare in America is not worse and it costs more, but let's hope. Let's not west. Let's hope no one has to use it or drive in. Really, that's what I'm saying. If you can avoid it, but I'm not saying it covers shit. I'm not saying it's enough. But over here now, it doesn't matter if you just die. That's it. There's too many people. There's not enough hospitals. There's not enough space. There's not enough treatment. I mean, all I'll say is I get my tongue this is the truth. I literally have issues with my colon and stuff like that. I had colonoscopy, and the issues are still ongoing. And they just say, I might literally, truthfully, I just might not be here for very much longer. But I don't really care, to be honest. It's that bad here. And I have a lot to go for. I have a business and stuff like that. This country is falling that badly. It's falling. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's tapped. I was hoping there was a goal. When I know this happens in America, but people just don't think this happens in the UK. There was a goal. I don't even know how to get into all the corruption. I mean, there is two tippers, and that's a fact. 100%. When I was homeless, and this is years ago, 2018, 2017, 2018, there was a girl who was pregnant and homeless. And they said they'd only house her to get like a baby and then that's it. That the baby was going to care, they didn't give a fuck about. Well, does it make sense to like keep them at the stable so she has a stay? Yeah. But you think that, I don't know, people just assume that the UK is the pinnacle of this thing, but it's really falling in certain places. Up north, they've not. There's a place that's still a bin bag strike, I believe. The bins are still strike for like a year now. And there's rats like this big because they've evolved. I'm not joking. Look up cat-sized, dog-sized rats in Birmingham. It's fucked up. It's messed up. What's up, bro? Yeah. So I mean, I'm not saying it. That's what I mean. Because I know you guys have to pay for it more, but you guys typically will get paid more in a wage. That's what I mean. Because it is your average wage is a lot higher than ours is. Well, obviously, yeah, there's conversion, yeah, that, but it's because, and believe me, that is why. If we didn't have to pay healthcare tax, we wouldn't. They would be nowhere near as much. But you know, like diabetes injections, those things cost a lot of money. And we are paying for it. We just pay for it in our life. It's like paying life insurance or some sort of health insurance. And every month that you don't need anything, you're still paying every year all your taxes. And then the moment you do need something, you probably end up paying more into it than you actually ever use. That's the truth. You guys pay into it when you need it, where we paying all the time. And we're also paying for times when we don't need it. And there are people taking your place when you need a place. Like, regardless of where you are. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm saying it is equally as bad here. I would say it's outright. The West is falling. It's not falling. It won't fall. It never will. It's just falling at the moment. It's like in slow motion fall. And it's like missing every ledge it's trying to grab onto. That's what I'm hoping for. I think there'll just be a power shift soon. I'm surprised after everything that came to light with the files, let's see. I don't think it's still running like that. I'm honestly baffled. I know people go, what you can do. I was like, right, yeah, that's my point. No one's really. What can I live in the UK for one? I want to look at average US versus UK. So yeah, it's about half. You guys get double what we get. I'm not trying to sit there and say it's better or worse, but yeah, average salary in UK is significantly higher than UK. The US average is around 60 to 48,000, nearly 50k a year. That's what I was getting 50 from. Where in the UK the average is about 37, or for £37,000 or 47,500. So it's significant. Okay, it's not double, but still, it's still quite a bit more. And when you then, that's average. Obviously, typically, there's people that are on less than that, a lot less than that. I'd say like that would be as a salary. Yeah, so the medium to basic one was 28 grand a year, but and in the States it's 42 or 44 grand. Sorry. You get less on minimum. Oh, that's federal based. I have no idea what the fuck that is. But the average is 40k too. So yeah, it's about half ish. My bad. See, I'm not gonna lie, people. If I'm reading that right, 'cause I'm trying to, my brain's like, I get my last one. People are very sensitive these days. I mean, literally. One time on the line, I was like, yo, someone I was like, have you heard my company? Like, twice or three times. And she ignored. No, he ignored her, like, every single time. And then just blocked her. I was just like, well, that's a bit much. Well, even like, no nastiness. I mean, like, someone could come over and say that I look like a fucking hedge or something. I don't care. That's my vow to. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous, man. See, it's funny. So I agree with that. It's like someone says, yo, Josh, I'm like, how the fuck do you know my name? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's in the bio, isn't it? I don't care. People won't know my name, I guess, at this point. Anyway, I'm joining on the conversation. That's not mine. Enjoy. Let me go get. Cody, just heaven's sake. You know what I mean? It's like a nice week opioid because if you're in pain. Obviously, I don't really like taking opioids. One, they make me really itchy, and everyone else gets that. Like, if I take opioids, I get like so fucking itchy. And that apparently means like I'm intolerant or allergic to them. But straight though. Like, what's up, Ski? I'm like, well, you haven't checked my bio. But then when they do check my bio and they say my name, I'm like, how the fuck you know my name? Say my name, say my name. No one is around you. Say baby, I don't actually know that song. I'm actually not joking. I just know. I don't know what song it is. I probably do know what song it is. I just know that part. It's probably Beyonce or some shit. saying America is worse. I'm saying that just as bad. So I've seen people saying that Britain is better. Oh, you've got to be lucky to be living in Britain. I'm like, do you know what? I wish that was true. It's probably lucky to be living anywhere other than the West. I mean, you're probably better off in Tel Aviv from what I've seen. That's the truth. That's crazy because it's like pretty much an active war zone. So I don't know how they're managing to pull that one off. I mean, that could just be what I'm seeing. It might not be the truth. I've said it to be before the war, and well, not since. That's for sure. I mean, can you go out there? I mean, to me that seems wild. I don't see why you couldn't get out to it, but I don't know how you can also still fly out to a country that's actively at war. I mean, I would be terrified to get in a plane and land there. I mean, do you know what I mean? That's yeah. Let's not get there. Let's not go there. To travel, I have thalassophobia, so I don't like boats. The fear of being on a sinking cruise ship actually scares the shit out of me so much. I think I would just like you know, off the edge of the Titanic. I figured out the cheap, bro. That's where I tell myself to be fair. People being idiots, it's just their issue. Sadly, a lot of people are very stupid. Very common disease. It's a human condition, isn't it? You have some people that are so fucking smart and they build phones and fucking whatever rockets. Like the shit we build is actually almost, in a way, close to godlike. I really do think that because we almost make life forms. It's crazy that we can comprehend our own comprehension, which is incomprehensible to a degree because I can't comprehend how I comprehend myself. Does that make sense? Sort of. But like a dog doesn't sit there, I don't think, and go, well, I'm thinking with my brain. It knows where its brain is. What we do, we're like so smart, we've actually learned. We're not so smart, we are. We're very dumb, but also very smart. And then that just shows because half the human race, like, people are so thick, like scary thick. I'm like, there's no way that these people run the country, or there's no way people like this just in charge. We're fucking dead, we're doomed, we're done for. Every day we live is a fucking miracle. That's literally how we should consider it. We should really be kind of lucky stars. I mean, remember Biden? Putin, the leader of Iran. Like, what is he on? What was your guy on? I'm sorry. How can you get? He got so many things so wrong when he was. I'm not taking a piece out of someone when they've got dementia or mental health or something like that. But how can you let someone like that run a country? That is terrifying. And then from how on earth are we still alive? I don't know. It's like Trump's like, I've got a little weapon. I've got a little weapon. I'm like, cool. Fucking little angry Satsuma man. I don't think that was hard because I could tear it like that. It's like football. I can't do it because I can't do an American accent. Out of all the accents I can do, I can't do American. It's lousy. Yeah, it's going good. How's yours, bro? To make my coding kick in. It's like the perception of the pain needs to change, really. Depending on going to perception, my pain is good. So I love coding. You can, well, opioids. I don't know. I don't approve opioid use unless it's used properly and medically. And under my dose limit I can have, so. But they can, I'm sorry, the opioid scare is true as well. Like, it is terrible. They are awful. But within fair use, they are still a natural plant. And then I will say that to someone who's got junkie like, parents who've been done, let's just say that. So I never liked opioids for a long time. Seeing opioids out there, they're evil. But realistically, I've had fentanyl at hospital when I was in pain, and if I didn't have that, no painkillers would have worked really because that's such a high tolerance. But where that's so strong, you only have to have the smallest amount. So they know what they're doing, but it did freak me out when I found out what I'd had. I'm taking a eventful day, to be honest. Well, I just got up, so I've been dreaming probably. Nothing too eventful yet. I mean, it's really annoying though. You know, earlier on was on the live, so I came on like, Josh, right? That's Roy. That's the kid who done that fan art up there for me. That's good. Oh. And this kid went all out. When people say to me, "What do I have to do to get sponsored, bro?" And I'm like, look at Rory. This kid like literally knows what he's doing. He wrote skate addiction on the back of his trousers, right? But like in like fabric pen. It was really good. It looked like fabric pen anyway. But he went full out. I'm not saying people have to do that. On fan art, he tagged me in every single post, and I would have said, bro, you can chill now. You've definitely got a spot when I have the skateboards. Now we're gonna skate. You know, I've done the design with the wheel, how it's written with the drippiness. I'm gonna have that, but now my skaters' names on the wheel. So each skater's gonna get their own wheel if they want it. They can come and watch me make the wheel. Obviously, I'm gonna probably get him to sign an NDA. I'm not gonna lie, because I know Rory's actually sponsored by another team at the moment. I don't want them figuring out how I make my wheel anyway. I'm not saying it would do to sound that, but I'd be like, how do you want your wheel? Because obviously they are like 85 eggs. They are transition skates, so it's kind of perfect to have soft wheels, really, when you transition skating. You don't want you wouldn't want 101A wheels, in my opinion, on a ramp, metal or anything like that. I do. That's because I just said it, do you know what I mean? Nothing too crazy, like no variable wheels or half wheels. I do want to get back. I was trying to get variable wheels the other day, and I don't mind posting a video saying that this is where I've kind of got back to. I've got the rotation down the foot now. I need to just get that like hand time, air time above the board. The only thing I remember about variable wheels is like going into this weird seat position. It's like you have to jump backwards and it's like you're flying backwards through the air. But not too far. It feels like it though. Oh, I beg this coaching works sooner than it is. I have a very high pain tolerance, but I'll be real right now, as I can imagine this pain probably be about probably like an 8 or a 9 for some people. I'm not even joking. It is awful. The pain here in my jaw, it feels swollen. It's pulsing. I feel a pulse in my fucking jaw. So that's how I know how bad it is. Nothing came out of that. I'm actually blessed. I'll be honest with you. I am very blessed. It's like a lot of blessings hidden in disguise, but I appreciate it. Life really dealt me a shit hand of cards. It does a lot of people. I'm not saying it, but a lot of people like poor me. It's just I see so many people struggle every day, and I'm like, you know what helped me and does help me continue to help me when I see a story of somebody who's gone through shit, they're blind or you know what I mean, they've been attacked by somebody. Like that's why when I hear, I'm like, what the fuck am I complaining about? Get on my day. As I said, like when I was homeless, I had people try and set me a light, and these lads, I put him in a hospital. You know, people get 80 grand or whatever, but it shocked the shit out of him when I woke up. I mean, I hadn't slept for like 8, 9 days at that point, probably. I was like in and out of this conscious state because I've been using opioids to try and sleep. And I was in a bout of psychosis to a degree because of how much I hadn't slept and how angry I was. And I woke up and it's not like they were trying to do it as a joke. Like they had actually already pulled it all over my legs. The last bit was my head, and someone was getting a zip both in with the metal ones. And I jumped to so quick. So I was like, if that touches me, that's how I'm fucked. Because I was in the sleeping bag. It would have just stuck to me. I was covered in petrol. I would have been fucked. Another time, so I was in a caravan pulled over on the side of the road. We bought off of Gumtree and just parked it somewhere. So fuck it. It's council on the houses anywhere. They came and stuck eviction letters on our door. One night, someone put a sawn off shotgun through the crack, saying that it would hand us the blood. How I say what I done. But I had to then, once I'd done what I did, he then retreated his hand very quickly to obviously try and make sure he still had his hand. And then I kicked the door up against him the wall, and then we ran off and we left and we came back, and that burned to the ground like a crisp. And what do you do? Say, oh yeah, I've done this, I just attacked you. You can't. You're on your own. I don't people go, oh, that's even the saddest shit, man. My mate got attacked at a cash point and he lost his life. And I chased him. I got attacked myself. I had so much adrenaline, and I like the dog says it's amazing, but like I don't drink enough fluid too, which probably helps. But I literally was so almost dehydrated as well, so I adrenaline like clotted where I was there. So as I said, blessing in disguise really gave me the everything I go through now is like there's nothing that tops that. And that is it's a blessing in disguise because it really does. Like I give myself a reality check every time something really bad happens. I'm like, okay, this is really all good. Do you know what I mean? I think I'm getting inflation. I think product also some shit, especially the other side as well. I had one the other day. It is what it is. So I mean, life is it's like a weird fucked up test. Like a really, really weird fucked up test. If you just keep pushing, persevering with it. For people who honestly want to hear about my life more over time, I am going to be writing. Well, I'm already like 3 chapters into my book. It's hard to write, but you know what I mean. Holy shit, I'll be real because this is one time I'll be like, I don't normally like tear up, but like I'm not emotional with my own shit when it comes to. It's so funny. Well, it's not funny, but I mean it's funny. I don't cry or like feel this. I could like cut my leg up. I have my bone cut my arm, but that's not normal. I don't act the same. But yeah. Anyway, happy days. What am I doing? Having a ciggy. So guys, just with my bottom dog off. I kind of like my bottom jaw. Oh, I love NF. How do you think? I'm joking. I was going to make a joke then, but people find it funny, would they? It's because life is like, to me, I see it as me and life are like at each other's throats. Obviously, I can't be in life's throat. It's I'm a person. No one can beat life, and it's okay. But you still win or try and play confidently with what you've got, and hopefully, life looks at you or God, whatever it looks at you. Goes, the fuck? Why aren't you quitting? And then gives up because it's bored with you, and like gives in. Let's win. Because I really believe that. Every time in my life I've given up, life has given up with me and it's never pushed me for anything else. It never puts me through a ringer, so to speak. When I want something and I'm determined, it's determined to knock me off. And I think, if you think about Epstein and all these other people, yeah, they seem to make money like that. They're billionaires over, like, you know what I mean? And no one knows and all this shit. Like, it's like the devil's work. That's why I think money is all evil, really, some money. Like, it does eventually, you know, if it's bad enough. But if you are like me, who wanted to do charity work many years, doing this because it's a hobby and a passion, and just wants to survive and be happy as they can, and then also that can help impact. Because the happier I am, the happier people are around me. That's also another bonus. If I'm down, a lot of people will watch me, then they'll go watch me, or a lot of people get inspiration from me. If I'm down, they're like potentially down too, which is what I mean. We have a knock-on impact effect on people. And if I can make people feel better with my own shit, for the longest time I was like, what the fuck am I going for this for? This is some bullshit. And like it got worse and worse and worse. And I just went, God, you really hate me. I'm like, oh, but I'm like, I went through it for a reason. Because not everybody likes to obviously hear us talk about it, but there are some people like I went to a wedding and there was a guy who's like who said he wants me to tell you it's hilarious. I can't wait to do it, but he's probably like what 40s, and I spoke to him. He's like I like you, bro. Because I see you in the corner just chilling out. I was like, yeah, man, just like just like a chill life, really. Right, talking. He'd been through stuff. He got PTSD. And he said, we said, I remember my mom told me because like, he was infatuated. Obviously in a joke, it's like disguised as like completely in awe by what I've been through and how I was still there and still had this mentality. I just wish I said, Paul, I could just touch people and give it to you. I was never like this my whole life. For the longest time period, I was a fucking shell of myself. When I was homeless, I was angry. I carried weapons. I just gave in. Now, even though I know I've already been in wars where you think I carry weapons, I don't. I mean, I'm fully know what I'm capable of. I know how I lose it. I know what I do. I also know when to be, when not to be, how to show courage in the moments. Like, it takes a lot more courage than Silent Gandalf at this. It's very true. It takes courage. It takes more courage to show to say something like than to just get rid of a threat, so to speak. To when to show mercy or whatever. Oh, I don't know. It's just wild. I mean, as I always thought, why have I gone through this? You know. When people sit there and go, oh, but my life, but your life, I'm like, please don't do that. Stop that right now. Because my perception of what I've been through is what I've been through. No one can perceive what I've been through, and I can't perceive what someone else has been through. When someone else has gone through their life, that is the worst experiences and the best they've ever had in that one person. Just like I can't experience your highs, I can't experience people's lows. So I really want people to stop with that. It's not fair to compare at all. By a certain point, if you want to compare, I was so emotionally numb, nothing fazed me. That's the truth of it. And I hate to say this, but I was that broken. I went from being a person. I'm normal again-ish. But when my last mate Lex died, I didn't even. I haven't cried since. I haven't been able to cry. I just shut off. And that's who I remember. And after, yeah. It's hard to talk about because I feel worse for not crying. I feel like a monster for it. Just see it as another reason that what life does to it. It understands there's too much to deal with, and to almost keep you safe mentally and everybody around you, it just turns that part of your brain off a little bit. Unfortunately, I really appreciate how I feel like I do. Um, uh, it's almost impossible to be an LCS. People be people, right? It's like if we try and get reason therapy is so hard, obviously, people may know this. Because you reject the therapy because it's a protective mechanism. You need real trust. You have like TAP therapy, you have CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and some other shit. But also your central nervous system links to it too. And a lot of people who have BPD actually still got more of a normal childhood than I did, but on a massive level to my life. They were still cared for at least a little bit. They were still fed. I got completely neglected and forgotten about. People seen Breaking Bad. You know that episode where that cash machine falls on that guy's head, and he's trying to Jesse picks. He said, "Don't look, close your eyes," and he puts him outside. He said, "Don't go back inside, kid." And he's doing peekaboo with him. That's literally what my birth family was like. I'm not even joking. No cap. That's like, but without the meth, and it was the other stuff. It was light and dark. They didn't even know we were there half the time. So that's not a bad thing. You grow up like a wild animal to a degree, and survival becomes something you learn yourself. I'm not saying that's, babies cry. They fall over, they cry. You see, oh shit, someone's running over to me. Attention, this works. So that's why even like now, nobody cries. I'm like, oh, like that. That kind of hurts a bit, like brush it, like rub some dirt in it, sort of thing. That's something I'm not going to. I'm happy people never want my worst enemy to even have the childhood I had. That's just evil to wish that on anybody. I generally don't never wish that on anybody, which I mean says something, I guess, because it's what turned me into a sociopath. So, but and society as a whole, that does it. That does it too. There's environmental factors, and I like find myself in a moment, and I feel like this is what sadly, this is just about speak out, especially because mental health month. A lot of men feel like they can't have emotion, they can't voice it. That's why I come next. I want men to realise that they can, but at the same time, you deal with your shit just like we all have to. It doesn't matter what gender you are, we all deal with our shit, right? But it doesn't mean you bottle up, because that just leads to rage. One thing I found out recently as well, which made me hate football even more. I didn't like football anyway, really. Is domestic DV, right, goes up to like 50 or 60% around the World Cup in football. And it was like the statistics were crazy. Even if they won, it still went up by like 20%. If they lost, it was like 50, 60%. And it's an alcohol related as well. Of course it is. It's a fucking poison, neurotoxin. Have fun. Drink yourself into an early death for us. Thank you. There you go. Pay for that. Oh, we're back.
If you're going to mindlessly scroll for hours, why not stare at something a bit nicer? Something a bit more memorable.
That's fair enough. I respect that.
20,000.
I'd love to clarify this. I think it's because every time I try and take time for me or try and do something for myself, it never works out. It's becoming, and this isn't me saying about anybody else, it's become a selfish act. Whoever the whoever's controlled my life. And I know I'm in control of my life, but you get what I mean. If it's like, oh, Jesus is in charge, taking a wheel. I always like to think that that's what free will is. Like we're completely out of control. It's just finding the strength and asking for the strength. Feel a little bit better. A little bit. Song. I can't believe I used to be able to sing before I smoked shit, not cigarettes, other stuff. Don't smoke, kids. You regret it. And then something else dropped. Ben Parker. Benjamin Parker. Sorry, maybe that's the name of it. I know that bloke. It's so true. R.I.P. Stan Lee. When like rip sounds like it's taking the piss, then it sounds like a rip. I didn't think so. It's just like sleepy's really. underrated artist. So like, I know when it's underrated, fair enough. He's 10 million subscribers. Is that underrated? Fuck yeah, compared to Eminem. And the fact that people have like the cheek, or even Eminem said cheek to sit there and say he's like Eminem. NF is like NF. There is no one like NF. So there's that song he's done called Story or something like that, which is literally not one repeating one verse pretty much. It's fucking incredible. And I like it because there's no talk about girls, no need for like nudity, zero swearing. He doesn't cuss as well. That's incredible. I mean, I didn't find out about NF until probably a good 5-6 years ago. And then my ex was like, oh, you know this, and then hooked instantly. Incredible music. And people would say like, I'm not getting to say like Eminem. I think he's more impressive than Eminem because he's got his own label. He's independent. He's not had a ghostwriter. He's not had any of that shit. It's just incredible. And he can rap really fast. There's a song called Layers where he changes the flow up like 4 or 5 times. And what he's saying actually makes lyrical sense. And he's not talking about beating his partner. Stop scratching the sofa, sorry. I keep on scratching. I'm so confused like why you just did go to Josh, this one like that, and then just didn't say anything else. If that was like a Josh is in Josh, like Josh is on live, or Josh like he's trying to get my attention. I have no fucking clue. Stork. Have you made their stork teas and shit? I just get the bits that grow on the side of it because they're the strongest part. To be fair, they've done songs together. I know Osbin. I do know Osbin. He's got that. Is that what's that? The Illmind. Is it the Illmind of Osbin? No. It is. It's like 4 parts. Yeah, it is incredible. And Tech Nine's good too. He's done a song called Lost with NF. It's funny because I would run up on similar stuff. Like, because yeah, my brother's like be around the same age, I think. My oldest brother's 36 now. Shit, I'm not even sure. 34, 35. Around that age. Oh, okay, I thought it was a Tech Nine. But he's done a song with Tech Nine too. What's this one? Yeah, Trust. Ooh, sweet hosting them. Actually, slap. Which one? Eminem word, sorry. We get all that God. He's not saying anything half the fucking time. And then when he is, he's talking about beating his partner. What generally? Even if she was an addict and a terrible mother, you should not be making songs about that. It is. I don't care if if I was like shot in the Eminem, unknown person shot Eminem. Yeah, loads of people do. Do you know what I mean? I used to respect it. I like 8 Mile. I mean, it's a great movie. It's a great film. I think I respect him now more as a dad in a way to a degree. But I like because I'm mocking about. I know it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one. I really was on shit. Not saying that makes it okay, but all I'm saying is if people want to shit on NF and they're not Eminem, I'm like, there's no reason to shit on NF. He's a good dad. He stepped away to focus on his family for like 5 years. That's what he does. In one of his songs, he even says, it says, disappear and then drop a beat out of nowhere again, and all the fans embrace it. And then, like, then your name will surface again. He doesn't need, like, down. Oh, what the fuck's he say, bro? I can't remember. It's too good. It's too good. I can't believe I've been listening to it for like 6, 7 years now, though.
Amazon Prime Day is
Yeah.
from the 23rd to the 26th of June.
That's, I mean, I'm happy he's got into a better place. He's better dad now, and I respect him for that. And I respect that. I do. But there's ones where he talking about leaving like Kim in the trunk and like, oh, you know, mummy's just going for a swim now, and she's just like got what's that ketchup on her shirt. I'm like, it's so fucked up. I'm sorry, like that's really messed up. If I grew up, my kid had to hear that about me. I'm like, that's that's borderline psychotic, psychopathic. That's very messed up. And if anybody, she ever did like in another one with Dr. Dre talking about, oh, and if you ever kill that Kim bitch, I'll show you where the ocean is. Oh, that's cool, and I appreciate the offer, but if I really did decide that my baby mother's died, oh, what the fuck he said, I don't know. I'm like, bro, he's gonna put sunglasses on and drive around for 4 hours listening to whatever the fuck he said he listened to. I'm like, man, that's wild. Like, I feel so ashamed of myself about a kid who grew up and had to listen to that. I actually would. I'd be like, that'd be so shameful. I'd be like, and as you say, it's not hate, it's not. I understand that I have a lot of hate in my heart too, but it's about distinguishing hate or like, you know, not letting it take control of you. Because you can't stop human nature and biology and how thoughts, feelings, and emotions. We can do our best to curb it. Plus, I stopped listening to him afterwards. I started to realise, like, I know people change, and like, there's like not afraid, and like things like that. And the song he done, which was what is it, Bad Guy, which had this other guy. That's a really good song. He goes, he talks about how he went from this piece of shit, pretty much, and got better, but then everything else around it's like essentially just this push and pull of being a good kind of bad guy in life. And then that hard when I see is like things just get shit in the heart. The more you try, the harder it seems to get. The more you pull back against addiction. And it's like almost the devil putting you in a So he was like, he said he loved Valium, he like swallowed like candy. And I get that. I mean, I was the same for a long time. Xanax, Valium, benzos, barbiturates, anything you get my hands on. So I can't sit there and discriminate against him or whatever for being an addict. But maybe what he'd done as an addict afterwards. See, it's fair. I do get that one because, like, you know, the one where he talked about, Nate, what's he called? I think we took this too far. Oh, damn it. I can't remember what it's called now. Because I like, my mum was funny, and I always liked that because people used to say, yeah, look at me about surgeries. My mum liked Valium, and so do I. Yeah. It's almost a sweet one. He said, oh, yeah, headlights. That's the one I'm on about. No, King Out My Closet. I do like that one as well. But this was him. This is what I mean by I don't have hate in my heart. My mum was a piece of shit, and so was my dad. But it's him saying sorry, and like you know, you're not gonna get to witness your grandkids grow and all this shit. And I mean that. Do you know what I mean? So like a lot of it in my heart, it was forgiving him. And with this song, I was like, shit. Because he's like, Mum, I know I let you down. I always had this, when you are a child and your parents treat you like I was treated, it's weird. People won't understand this and say, but you think, what did I do? What was it about me? Every other child that I've ever known has ever managed to be loved nearly to a degree. Like, what, what's wrong with me? So is that whole sort of it's like that song by Simple Plan as well. It's like it's called Perfect, and it's actually to his parents. It sounds like a relationship song. When you actually listen to the first part, it says mum and dad, and the whole song's about his parents. But I do like tea. I relate that to as being social apples. I don't have anything in the closet, but this one.
Thinking about what I said in what verse, my mom probably got it the worst. Part of it, but it's
Because he was saying my dad was the most abusive, and I didn't consider what my mum would have gone through, as well as me, like, oh, why I fucking hate you, mum. But then my mum was kind of a victim from my dad too. So it's putting into perspective as you get older, and it made me have this respect for people who are vulnerable. Not what I would actually are vulnerable. Like shit, my mum was a savage. She chucked them over the stairs all the time, and he'd done the same to her. So I mean, she would stand her own too late, but she had to. And that's why I never liked it. I don't like it always when say, oh, if a woman can throw a punch, she can take one. I'm like, but that's very different. I don't agree with that mindset. I feel like there's a sort of level of like, okay, fine, she's like, you defended yourself, but truthfully, yes, men can have a lot more power in that department of things. And also just shivering, man. She's like going nuts and trying to hit you or something. Just kind of like restrain or walk away. You have to like then start, like, I think that is chivalry too. It's just knowing when and when not to. And there's never, in my opinion, really a time. Even my ex attacked me with a kitchen thingy. I don't want to say I want to trigger people. And I still tried to just push her off and get away from me. And she gave me it because she knew I was leaving. I just gave up. She was like, oh shit, no, let fruit now. Like that was going to help anymore. But do you know what I mean? It's like I just gone completely cold, like quiet, cold, so I can get out of it. Self-preservation.
I take it too far, cleaning out my closet and all them other songs. But regardless, I don't hate you, cause mom is still beautiful to me, cause you're my mom.
Yeah, it's true. They do. The cycle goes on. That's why I refuse to break. I break the cycle. 100%. I'll be a great parent, I know. Because I am a bit strict, but I'm not like strict parents. I'm strict sneaky kids, right? I'm just gonna be real with it. I have videos of me when I was on horse track and be like, is this what you want to look like? No. That's when they're like 5. Like, look at this. I mean, when they're like going to a party and they're coming back and they're out there, I'm like, well, actually, I've got proof to show you. I'm not just a parent going, oh, don't do that. It's bad for you. Like, well, I need to go cave ladder, mess myself up, he ends up in a coma. You on this? Your mates laughing at you and pointing at you, thinking it's all funny. No one caring about you. So that's the life you want. I think that's the real wake up call. Because for me, that's what it was. People showing me, or people around me, it's like remembering what my family was like. Like, what did you like that as a kid? Fuck no. So to make other people deal with that around you just wasn't fair. Selfish as fuck. That's why I feel like I can't be me, because if I was me, it would be let out hell of a loose, and then people would be unhappy. So it's my ultimate sacrifice in life is to not bottle up. I still express, I still vent on a healthy level, but I'm never going to let my issues be someone else's issues, or try not to. And if anything, help other people, that is because I have a massive tolerance for shit. It's incredible. If anything, my central nervous system used to constantly rapid fire blinking, right, where now life can feel like a little bit dull because I'm not surviving to fight for my life every day with something or whatever. Yeah, that's fair. That's why I want to be like dad all the time, because my family would be useless. Generally fucking useless. Like none of them are getting to be the grandparent. None of them. And that's a lot of deal breaker for a lot of people as well. So people would also be like, because I don't have family, I'm just this person. It's like maybe I'm all inside people, but then people never understand that my family's a fucking issue, not me. Like generally they are. It's not like people say that and then I mean it's kind of evident now. I'm like in a different place in life. They're probably on the sofa like what was it fucking I don't know. I don't know. I don't take my heart out because this is hard. This was hard to say at one point, but I actually pray that my birth family find peace. Even though they've destroyed my life, so to speak, and I'm permanently damaged, I would only be a worse person if I wanted them. And it's not even like generally, it's not even just saying that to sound like that in my heart, like literally, my brother's great, friend's great, everything. It's so weird when it changed. It was apathy to a degree, and now it still is apathy, but it's still with. But I don't wish you any ill intent. If anything, I'm praying for you to God. I hope you find peace. Whatever caused you that pain to inflict such pain must have been horrendous. And it took me so many years to get to that point. Like, and some days I still don't feel like that. Like I flip the other way at my job for this. I'm mad. I am mad. I'm mad. Life's a bitch sometimes. What can you do? Just gotta keep pushing on. That's why I work myself now. If I work myself now, then I'll be able to be around, like not just the parents that I've got to go work 9 to 5 every single fucking day of the week. You know, I'll be able to work remotely from home as an artist. If I have my own office, then I'll be like, you want to come in there and do some art? And then that'd be so nice to set my kid. Obviously not a live, let me get that because I'm not having my kids on lives or online or anything like that. But I'm like, right, he's doing some art. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to employ them now. They'll be a better artist than me. Just start taking their pieces of artwork, just like there you go. You gotta come and draw some art, and then I would. To be fair, that's one thing I would like to do. It's like a series of boards, which is my kids' art. I think that's quite sweet. And it's like home from anywhere. I could then be like a commission to my child. Like there you go, it's your first paying job as an artist. Hold on, you know when they're like. So I want to be able to be in a position like I'll offer them my, or if they just want to go out and do that right thing in life. I don't want a silver spoon. You know what I mean? Prop them up like that. Because I've had to work from where I'm getting to and where I'm heading, and I think everyone should. But I think, I don't like works or anything like that. Straight up standing out of school. That sounds bad, but I mean, if you want extra education outside that, like I did, that's fine. Extracurricular. I mean, obviously, if there's a better school, then 100% would have sent some shit on it, whatever. But gifted with a tiny me. It's just like a tiny version of you in it. It's like in the world, it's quite sweet. Oh, anyone's been gifted with a tiny version of me, it's like a nightmare. Actually, literally. Because the psychopathy genes can pass on to my child, so I'm gonna sit down and have a conversation with my child. Oh my lord, I'm like, right. Sit there and do like a psychology test at like 5 and 10, and obviously just subtle. So how do you feel like when you see this? If you saw this, or if you saw like a love movie, or you saw this movie, how does it make you feel? They're just like emotionally mute. I want to. It scares me because kids these days are so bad. I thought I was bad, but seeing kids play with dolls, and I was like die, and now that's what they're like. I'm even younger. Well, I generally feel like if I would actually, when I was a kid, I'm going to raise them to know self-defense. Probably already done that. I'm also going to teach them the morals I grew up on and not the stupid. I mean, I don't want to be brainwashed by the government or anything like that. I refuse to let it happen. Great, I'll probably get homeschooled too. I should get negative. I don't know, something like that. But obviously, still maybe a bit homeschool and a bit. I don't know. I'd have to figure that out. I just don't trust the system to educate kids properly. And not like feeding lies. Because apparently being concern for your own country is now raising us. Are you actual dick? Why does this keep happening at the moment? At the moment, I've got the shittest. Fuck you. Honestly. I keep dropping. So to scrape. Well, no, I'm definitely having one now because I've just been patient to wait for a fucking scrapies for the fucking stuff to fall all over the floor for me to not have any scrapies left. When I say scrapies, it's the bits, you know what I mean? I didn't use all of it. It's a bit dusty, a bit THC in there. All the bits I need to taste, for it to taste right. I also will raise my child. I don't care what people say or think, to know that bud is not bad, and that yes, please wait until you're as old as possible before you even want to try anything. Because as I said, prime example. Some other people I know like good points in my life, but they don't be like this. Don't be like this to you. And that drinking alcohol is literally going to be prohibited under my roof. That sounds wild to people, but people have to deal with it. Now, if adults want to drink, that is their choice. But I'd be, just say in the evening, having a drink with the meal, I just won't be having that. Because I think it really enforces this bad thing, which is say, yeah, everyone drink neurotoxins, you know, just what the fuck. When you're an adult and you choose to have a drink or so, that's completely your choice as an adult. But I don't want to feel responsible for that. Like, imagine if you got to an age and it's like, oh yeah, your kids actually got like pancreas or this or that because they drank alcohol or this. You could have avoided it completely. There's enough shit in this world anyway to cause issues, that's my point. And the funny thing is, I would say about my parents and stuff, I know I would catch people so bad because other people are very laid back. I am very much like, is this appropriate for this film? Because people go, is it? I'm like, do you know drive-by? People running down pulling pavements and moaning down. This happens when people play GTA. Not only, I know granted it's not the only thing, but I guarantee you half those kids who have done those acts have probably played GTA. Because a lot of them have even said they wanted to know what it felt like. I'm like, are you serious? Telling me games don't impact people? They do. They do impact people. Just not everyone the same level. To sit there and say it wouldn't make anybody violent, ridiculous. But sit there and say it's going to turn everyone into a monster is also stupid. But you can't guarantee you it's not. Like I play GTA and I love just going crazy, massacre, crazy, right? Absolutely nuts. You get kind of disturbed watching my gameplay, especially Red Dead Redemption 2, because limbs come off on that game, and I'm like, it's literally, I'll be sat. I play a serial killer in the game. So I go around, I hog tie people, I chuck them down this like little hole, and then I burn them, and I do this, and then I play with them, I release them, I uncut them so they're running away, and then I use a bow and arrow. I'm messed up. It's really like the thing that game that you do is just not right. But that is, I'm an adult. I know it's a game. I'm like, oh, this is just hilarious. I mean, this obviously wouldn't do this, would I? Like, as I said, if I needed to dispatch something, then I would, and I wouldn't feel guilty because of my disorder. But that's like any. I bet you that's like half of your Americans, right? You know, got a firearm. You know, you step onto their land, they deal with it. If something happens, they don't want something to happen. It's not like wishing for it. Like, please, Jesus, send me someone my way. No, they just have to do what they're allowed to do and defend themselves. And they are not going to beat themselves up over it because you guys have been told that's fair. You're allowed to protect yourself. But people over here like, oh, I'd feel bad if I even slapped him, and then like, what, someone who was trying to unalive you, you feel bad for? That doesn't make sense. So I get so madly passionate about it, but it doesn't make sense. You should not be to feel bad if someone. That should be like, you know, you see these videos, like people laugh at people having injuries because it's a human response to laugh when someone else injures themselves. You don't, right? Typically. So if someone, what fucking logic is that for then? Someone's trying to hurt you and people feel bad when they hurt them back in self-defense. I'll be serious right now. So what, bitch? You should have like, what are you doing? That's your fault. You run up on me, and now you're going to think twice before you do it again. I don't know how people don't have that mindset. Because I'm sitting there thinking, hopefully he's not really going to do it to someone else again, and now he's put off. And I mean, most of the time, if you watch it, I love those street fight videos. If not all of them, some of them are pretty savage. This girl, no, this kid in school is like getting hit by the lockers, and then the teacher just loses it because he gets hit. So he gets forced up against the lockers. He's pulling his hand. Oh shit, that teacher's just gonna fuck you up. He turns around, the kid shits himself because he's like, oh, I can't get touched. I'm a kid in his head. He's like, I'll just do what the fuck I want. As soon as he sees that teacher's like, fuck it, job what? Job who? I don't care. Fucking post on social media. I'm like, he shits himself. He's like, oh crap. I don't even move. You just see the soul leave his body. Pretty sure he farted out his soul. Like he shit his soul out. He shit himself. I'm like, that's what you get. You don't think you're protected. Because this is what kids do these days. They think they can do anything they want because society will stand back and get police to just put you in cuffs and then let out a few hours later. No, you get bitch slapped a little bit. You're going to be quite shocked one of those times. You're going to sort your shit out. Probably catch it. It's like one of those things where it's like it chills you out. And it's like, if you're ADHD or potential anger issues. But I will definitely say that that's what makes me feel bad. Like I should feel bad, but do you know when you know when people go, "Oh, you can't possibly know if you would feel bad or you would." But the thing is, with my disorder, you do. It's weird. It's like you can predetermine because I've already my whole life I've questioned what I have to do because you're in fight or flight. That's the only way to describe it. Fight or flight every day, all the time, and it's very rare that it's like just baseline to chill. So when you're in that mode all the time, you got to imagine like what firefighters do with adrenaline. They run through fucking. They would have heavy gear on, and somebody they're holding something. They run fucking ages. And I mean, perfectly flawlessly. Like the adrenaline makes you like 2 times, 3 times the strength of a man. It's wild. So if you're having that on a genuine basis, your brain acts differently under adrenaline. It thinks differently. It's fight or flight. So you're constantly thinking about what do I need to do if this happens? What do I need to do? And rather than just like last guessing at the last minute, I've run this scenario 100 times over in my head. And I've actually looked into it, so I know generally because if they know they won't feel remorse, they generally won't. It's like you know yourself so well, and I'm like, I would never, ever take a life consciously if I knew there was any other way to protect my family. Even if it was just me, like I feel like if I was so depressed, I'd be like, finally. I'm joking. I'm joking. Well, I would only say there's a perfect example I've got in my life. There's one time I got hit. I got hit. I ignored it. I got hit again, and then my partner got hit, and then I was like, "That's it." I went for the person. It was on CCTV. I got done for. I got only done for self-defense, and they said fair enough because you went for as well because you got hit first. But they could see I was trying to hold you restraint, and I got hit. I just can't. You know what I mean? Really, as I say, I'm a skater. I've hit concrete more times, and I've been like, I've had hot food. I've been hit more times than I've had hot food. Not by people as well. Been beaten up plenty of times. I find it funny. I was like, I've never been beaten up. I'm like, bullshit. I lost so many fights before I could pick myself up again. While being your ribs are kicked in, that is, and breaking ribs and stuff. To be able to pick yourself up off that is not easy. I mean, granted, not many people can. Try and break a certain amount of ribs and you can't. But that's why I'm that sort of person that goes, you got to go wild and like predetermined everything. I pre-lived everything in my head. Not everything, every scenario. But where a lot of people hesitate, they're like, oh, that's going to hurt. Or, oh, I'm not going to do that. Say, which hand was it? Yeah, it was this one. I'll show people the scar. Actually, let me flip the camera around. I grabbed. Oh, people see that scar there through my hand. I grabbed. Someone was wielding sort of bit of blunted shit. Actually, it was like a bit of a machete. It was a smallish one, and he was swinging it like that. And obviously, if I would have grabbed it on the swing forward, it would have taken my hand off. But it was when he went to pull it back, I thought, on my day, it's perfect time to grab it, like on the blade like that, and try and hold it because pulling it back and forth, he's got less leverage now with it. I was trying to hit him with it. Oh, it must have been looking so funny. Some people are like, what the fuck? So most people would either run, freeze, I don't know, but me, I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, what are you doing, Josh? Stop yourself. No, I can't. And luckily, it cut through to the bone. It was really deep. I had to get stitches in my hand. But when I grabbed it like this, it was my weak hand as well. I thought, shit. I grabbed it with my left hand, not my right hand. So I try and elbow him with my arm here while doing this. He's trying to bring it down onto my arm, so I'm like hitting him with the end of it. So it's like, but very lightly, because you know when you're trying while you hit yourself with something, but they're actually quite strong. They're managing to. I couldn't really do it, so I was like, fuck, what am I going to do? So I ended up just bringing in my elbow to his fucking jaw, took him right out, and then just chucked it over into a hedge. Not that net hedge near him, but like so when he woke up, he'd have had nothing. But that's what I mean. I could have just been like, "Oh, you tried to do me, I'll do that." And there are people like that. I'm taking you out. But I knew that he was probably. I mean, it's a sort of grooming to a degree when you've got these kids in London who are like, they're given a weapon, they're given this, and they freak out and they don't want to die. You kind of put into a bit of a situation. But I'm thinking more, I'm not rationally, I'm full of adrenaline, but these kids are thinking only with their credibility and not being seen like a pussy or like, weakling out or whatever. I didn't give a shit. Mine was survival. There's, the slightest difference. Is it? That's a good instinct. Straight up, it's a good instinct. Because sometimes it really shocks. Bondi Beach, that's a police man, honestly. Disgust me. That guy that went behind the car and grabbed the guy with the rifle. Well, that's it. That's what you do. But he didn't know what to do. The guy nearly fell over. He was like, "Fucking hell, man!" I'm like, imagine someone's got an M16 or something like that. Don't matter what it is, and you run over and you like tackle them. You are like they are generally shitting themselves for a second. They can't comprehend what they have just seen somebody do. Bro, I've just put like 12 rounds off into people. Like, how are you even like comprehending running at me like that? He's like, just fucking, but don't make a noise because it kind of alerts yourself to being there. But that screaming actually does cause more adrenaline in oneself. Like that's why they Vikings and stuff like they would brawl like that and scream. So if you are like angry as well in the moment, think about all the things that this person may have done, and boom. That's what I mean. I would sit there and think, if it was an attack, I'd attack my women, I'd attack my children. Boom, done for. I wouldn't even. That's what I say. I would feel remorseful because it'd only ever be a straight up self-defense or defending people who are sort of defending the the innocence of this world. I mean, that's how I see it. It's like I wanted to join the army. I've seen that sort of soldier does, but to a degree, I think soldiers worse because we go. All due respect, love the soldiers, but I mean, we are told to go somewhere and tear up somewhere else. That is his roof. Go tear up and be like. A lot of people that get caught in the crossfire are civilians. This is why I mean we should all just refuse flat out war completely. We should just refuse it and only defend your home turf and where you actually stand. Like something's happening right there and then, and by all means defend. Do what you must. I can't remember, bro. Right, I'll be back in 10 minutes. I'm just gonna go grab a cigarette. What time is it? 7:47. Fuck's sakes. It feels like it's like 10 o'clock. It's because I'm getting tired already. I'm not getting tired actually. It's really boned out as well, and that's one of my gripes on my decks. That's not been sprayed as well. So if you imagine when it's got a coating, they're even more poppy, crisp. And then there's just some actual water already. Sometimes it's hard to process. I've made all of this. So when you like all the packaging, like from the wood. Okay, granted, I didn't stick the plastic. Crude oil. It sounds like, did you make that? I'm like, yeah. What? I'm like, bro, I'm not a fucking. Do you know, like the garments when they stitch them together? I don't have that skill. I'll be honest with you. That would be next level, and that would honestly be a way of making something a whole lot cheaper. In a business, so when I want to do this thing where the trees that I use to make skateboards with, I want to every tree used plant 2 trees until I can't plant anymore. Until there's literally no space and have some more land to plant. They take years to grow. At least 2 per tree used. I also want to try and use recycled wood somehow and figure out a way it can be effectively recycled to make skateboards again. Now, people have done loads of things. Like the ways I've been thinking about, and it's quite odd, but if it was to get wood And you know people can laminate wood into like blocks and sheets. It's like heat pressed together essentially. Is have the top two plies, the middle plies, middle three, recycled wood, and have it like casted in like a urethane coating and a resin coating too, but like a flexible one, like a soft flexible, to make sure it doesn't crack. It doesn't. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to make a really durable board for reusing boards. To be honest, I've seen a few people recycling boards in a few different ways. And it's annoying because I'm one of those people that's like, as soon as I see something, I can't do it. I'm like, fuck, I'm just copying that person now. That's the truth of it. Like, even if I am like, seen it months later, I'm like, technically I am copying it because I've seen that. I didn't come up with that idea. Right? Makes sense. I don't know, it's like plagiarism. That's why I don't want to do like videos where I'm like talking to like, hey, can you like and subscribe and shit like this? It's like, I'd actually probably unsubscribe at that point, to be honest. Sunflowers. So you know what? I do like gardening. It's a very random video. Actually, no, it's not because it's sunflowers. I love gardening. I wish I had a garden. What about the plantings? I know, like, I know more plants probably than the average guy does, but like petunias and there you go. No, my brain's pulling a fucking petunias. One of my favourites. I like orchids. And I like fuck, I can't remember the name of it, man. Oh yeah, because I said about planting trees, you said about sunflowers. I remember now. But it's only because I just don't want waste. Do you know what I mean? Like, and also I feel like where you're tearing up, you should at least restore. I also would like to try and use wood that's already kind of dying as much as possible, and then if anything, rehydrate that wood. Or say if there's areas that they consider like potential for forest fires, so they've got to deforest the area, or it's like, you know, there's a lot of dead wood, and see what could be used out of areas like that. It's just trying to, because I see a lot of people that are on dead wood, and you don't really, but you can rehydrate wood very easily. I mean, look at a body; it can be preserved quite well with stuff, and that's a very different thing. Like wood, you can definitely rehydrate wood. I was thinking of also doing like already engraved ones, but then casting resin in where I've engraved it, but like slightly translucent resin with the colour to match what it is. So if people were having like a blue resin and so on and so forth. Oh, what the fuck did I do with it, man? probably that song came out before this one. There's a time period where I was listening to this song before that one. No, the other one before this one. This is probably his most iconic song. Either this one or Surge. I just love it because no talking about girls, no nudity, no cursing, just lyrical genius. Right? It's like he says, he's got so many cut that ain't codeine, and I'm like, oh, that is such a hard lyric. Because even though I'm sat there like, well done, Josh, you're drinking codeine. Like, obviously, I beat myself up. Like I said, a bit of humble grounding yourself. A lot of people can't do it because it's self-critical. It helps. Being able to criticise your own character on a healthy amount means other people that try to do it, you've already done it. You're already there. If you try and raise yourself above everybody else, one, you become egotistical and narcissistic, almost like. How to avoid all of that? Break apart your own character to a healthy level. Only if you can manage it, though. Because a lot of people do it and then they're actually stuck in his mindset. Oh no, I'm a terrible person. I've done this. I'm like this, like that. Honestly. Always makes me want to get into music when I think about rap like this. It's like redefining rap and what it is. Because rap, I think, is actually a really, really good art style. I think it's incredibly hard. People don't realize how high people think. It's got to be easier. Like, no, music and songs rely on good vocals and less lyrical. Rap requires talking to sound good. Now, to talk and sound good, you've got to have a good melodic flow with your speaking anyway. You've got to have a soothing voice. So that's not, I guess, because everyone's going to have that. A bit like ASMR, I guess, with the rapping. But then you have to tell a story. And quite fast. And rhyme words on a whole other level. Because compared to music, it's like, I mean, I'm trying to think of a song, just anything. A song is literally rhyming like every 4 words sometimes, right? Where rhyming can sometimes be rhyming every word. Like if it was on a fast part, like their rhyme word back to back to back to back to back to back. Like NF does a song which is called Hope, and it says 30 years of struggling, 30 years of suffering, 30 years of pain, 30 years of this, and he says 30 years of something for about a whole minute. Even I couldn't do that. That's impressive as shit. That you know what I mean? Like writing a song, a course, and rapping's just incredibly hard. Now, to listen to as an artist, I generally think it's my least favourite, unless there are proper meaning behind it, like NF, or I have like I don't know, some connection to it. Right, I'll be back.
that? That.
I'm surprised they still do that. Red Bull give you wings after what somebody did. I think it's pretty good still, to be fair. It's true. I mean, I overthink stuff, so be surprised how much I end up jumbling down. But writing a story, literally, it's a strong suit of line. Like, I can read nearly any word people write down if it's spelled correctly. Or if it's in a sentence I'm trying to understand. Right, anyway, guys, I'll be back in 10. And it will only be 10 minutes. Because I actually help you this every day, and people seem to think I'm going to be longer because it takes 20 minutes to come back on live. Or people don't come back at all. I mean, fair play. Like 3 hours, man. Got it. Anyway, I've got it. Right, peace and love, and I'm back. I'll finish my schoolwork. Not finished. This is the end of the school. That one, which is awfully drawn, was drawn with a fucking pencil that has like a pencil that has no pencil. It's so blunt. On here, there's so many textures and stuff. There's 160 different pencils and textures. It's so nice. But it's making me realise how much I actually do prefer drawing alone. Let's see Kevin's face. Kevin the squirrel. He's actually quite cute. Come on, you can't even deny it. He's adorable. I feel like I messed up his whiskers a little bit, but still. He's Kevin the patriotic squirrel. I got squirrel fever, because it's funny. Obviously, King's done one in for like a few years now. Anyway, guys, I'll be back in 10. I'm going to finish it up. It's just got like it's got a surrender flag. Probably going to do it on the floor though. I would have done the flag shape. Sometimes the good thing is I can cheat that. You do cut out and I move things about. But I don't like the placement, so I can actually, like his leg. If his leg's really good shape, but it's off to the side, I can just move it. You tweak it. Like, you cannot do that on paper or any art. None of those. I mean, it makes it so easy to a degree. But sometimes it feels like there's too many options to work with. With a pencil, it's like, okay, I have to use this and shape this way, or I have to, like, you know, there's certain ways. A bit like tattooing, there's certain things you can do. I like line and hook, as I'd call it, which is when I draw and coming straight out, I keep my hand in one, like wrist in one spot, and when I'm coming back around, it adds a little flick curl to it. And if I do them in line with each other, it looks like fur. Because then it goes down, the next bit hooks down, the next bit hooks down, it ends up looking like a load of fur. And these are like methods you learn, and I mean, I've probably got another name for it. It's a bit like when I learned varial heel before I knew what a varial heel was called. Because I was like, okay, front side shove it, and I had a heel flip. I tried both of them, got it. Or was it, no, sorry, it's a hard flip that I'd done. Because I remember it was a front side shove it and a kick flip. And it was like, I remember somebody saying it was a forward flip at one point. Because it's the same thing, forward flip or a half flip. Draggy, it was very draggy across the ground though, so. Keys, got my phone. Alright, peace. I'll be back. It's annoying, so I'm trying to draw more on paper again, because I need to have more, like, I have drawn something I want people to think that. I can't draw, and like, that's why I've done the engraving too. Because I'm like, what you'd call I'm like shit at certain things with that when it comes to art, but like, I'm more what's it called? Rounded up. My tank all rounded up when it comes to art. I know it's because my brain doesn't link myself, so I see it as the same thing. It's a false sense of security. Even if I haven't done something before, it's like, I'll be fine at this. Sometimes I'm obviously not. And it's like, okay, it's a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be fair play, but it's going in with that false sense of security. 'Cause it is false because you're not sure you can do it or not. It's not delusional. It's just more. I'm sure I can give it a go and try my best. If people go in with them, people very much go in with like, oh, I don't know, I'm not very good at that. I'm not very good at this. I'm like, fuck it. Come up with the idea. Smart enough to come up with the idea. Smart enough to pull it off and execute the idea. But yeah, if you'd like to draw your school, that'd be nice. I mean, I'm so critical in my own art. See, it's terrible, really, compared to what's on the iPad. But I mean, as I said, with the sort of line work I've got, I wanted it to be like dodgeball. Like he's, they're sat there, got a load of pile of balls, and he's grabbed it, and everything. He catches the ball and someone's out, and he's just like, I'm like drawing things from behind is so easy. Kind of like it's not cheap at all. I mean, it's an angle for sure. It's just getting more. What do you call it? Getting more symmetry. I struggle with symmetry. I really do. And the more I try to be symmetrical, it doesn't. It just goes even fucking worse. It's like I keep redrawing it. Like no. Bored, unsymmetrical, and then by the time I've finished, I'm like I've just given up on that piece of art. It really does piss me off. So I'm just gonna let my phone there, to be honest. I feel like an arsehole now. See, I can sometimes towards my cat or whatever. I've just gone in there and I flipped the light on, and she just woke up. Like, I was like, oh, she was dreaming. I like it when she barks in her sleep because she like it's so subtle. It's like, oof, oof. I wonder what she's chasing right now. I'd love to know what those dreams look like visually as well. Do you know what I mean? Like her legs start kicking. It's adorable. So I want to get jumping spider, and they apparently dream. And imagine his little head running around like I don't know, is it doing like a heist? Is it? Because apparently they are so smart, like freakishly intelligent for such a small spider. They're like the smartest spider there is. It's what actually made me like not really arachnophobic, have arachnophobia anymore. I would get a spider to show people. I don't think I have any. I actually got over my fear of spiders. I mean, if it was a fucking like, if it was like a giant bird-eating spider, then yes, I probably would shit myself. A huntsman, I see the huntsman. It did scare me because they're huge. That was in Australia. See, it was always a recluse. I thought was in Australia, but it's not a recluse. What's that? Oh no way! I just forgot the name of it. Is it called the? It's a type of. It's in the black widow family in the genus. It's a. Oh fuck! Is it a redback? No, that's another one. That's in Florida. Yeah, I know my spiders quite well. It's got like a weird red dots on its back, the spots all over it, and they're in the grasslands. That's Florida. There's I literally can't think about what it's called now. No, it's like orangey coloured. So that's something. It's like a browny orange. I thought that's what it was. I thought it was like a blue. It's nice. Oh, look. False widow. We get false widows here, and I think the noble false widow, which is like quite a bit bigger. People have had legs. I think they had them amputated in the UK, or they've been close to. Because I think if you have enough of it, no, I am thinking of the brown recluse now. Yes, that's a necrotic venom. And if normally people are fine, obviously if you get bit by a brown recluse, you sort of fucked really. So it can shut down your whole body. It has. Is it Black Widow? I know it's a part of the Black Widow family, but it's called like So you got redback, which is the It's a type of black widow. It's a type of widow family, not black widow. It's from the widow family. It's in Florida. Then you've got the outback. Obviously, they all have that hourglass mark on their belly. It's more orange though on this one. It's orange, but it's one of the fucking deadliest spiders. Another one is the Australian funnel web. Sorry, the Sydney funnel web. Oh, sorry, it's Australian Sydney funnel web. Evil little bastard. That's the one that my mate said, oh, if you would have stood on that, that would have been you going to heaven, mate, like 20 minutes. I do think there's a neurotoxin, an anti-venom threat line. Is there? There's one that I know there's not really an anti-venom for. It happens so quickly and spreads through the body that it would be pointless. You would make it there in time before it started shutting down your cells. We've got a big spider up. We're not a big spider. We're not. No, this isn't big. This is like. Wait, 1 second.